discussion that was had, does anybody kind of want to lead on that, Nicole?
I can't remember the question. I think it was like,
what did you learn?
What have we learned from reviewing histories? And I was saying, I think I've learned a little, but I've not learned a lot, because I feel like I already knew quite a lot about my history and who I am as a person. But I was saying, then the next question was, when you're like putting sugar on your cereal, what do you think? And I was like, I don't really think that much in a way, even though I think back to slavery or whatever, like slaves were picking the sugar and stuff. But I was saying, in like British society, to be where we are, we don't really consider where the sugar is coming from. Like a child could be picking that or whatever, and we're just taking it and not thinking about our history at all, or the history of what the pain the child's going through. And then we'll start going about Marks and Spencer and Primark, saying how we don't really care as a society, like about where we get our clothes from. So, some people do, some people don't. But like when we're in Primark and we get a top for £3, we don't consider like the pain or whatever is going on about the £3, because we just see a top for £3 which looks decent and it's okay and it's £3. So we're saying back to like slavery, you don't really consider it. And we're saying about the ladder, like someone always has to be at the bottom of the ladder and then someone to be at the top. So if the child who's picking the cotton, or back to slavery, who's picking the cotton to produce a top for £3 is okay for us, because we want to be at the top. We're all striving to be somewhere else within society, to be able to have the money or the wealth that we want. So we don't consider other people, and I'm saying I consider other people, and I hope everybody in the room somehow does consider other people and want an equal nation, everything. But because we live in this society, in this culture, we don't actually care. I'm not saying I know it's a sweeping statement, but I think everyone, like I said before, is striving to be at the top. So.
One of the things that we kind of had a discussion, because Nicole's actually my daughter, that's why I kind of pinpointed, and she was chatting so much in there, I couldn't even get in myself, vying for...
You got there in the end.
I did actually. but I had to do that mother thing, Nicole! We'd had this discussion about where we should buy my daughter's clothes, where I should buy my clothes, and of course, being the teenager she is, she went, well, I really don't want anything from Primark. I'd rather have it from Oasis, because obviously it's much more expensive there, and obviously people must actually get paid a much fairer wage from Oasis than they do from Primark. And
even also Primark.
And plus, it will be slightly more exclusive if it wasn't from Primark. And so I tried to. We had this discussion about the fact of the matter is probably the clothes that are actually produced in some of the more expensive shops are actually made by similar people making
same wage. That's when it came back to Marks and Spencer, saying that people, because of the price, they question the clothes, like why is it coming from, because why is it so high, and the profits and everything.
The profit margin is just higher for those places.
So we're saying that's when it came back to like Primark.
Because it's cheaper, you won't question where it's from or where it's made.
Because you just don't want to know anyway. You're like, oh,
yeah.
And then that's when it came back to the sugar cereal, saying that you can kind of, now I'm talking something else, you can kind of see like the perspective of like the old British people in England saying, oh, it's sugar, oh, this is a new thing, a new sweet tooth or whatever. Like, they don't care where it's come from. But then we as a society, like looking back here, we're noticing that people have suffered, and these are my ancestors that have suffered, so maybe as a young person I need to make a change and like talk to other young people who are not as like knows the history as much or whatever.
There was also, sorry, there was also the story that was on the table, Reese. How did we then fit in, because we had some visuals that were given to us by the museum and the art gallery. How did we kind of fit those images into the images and stuff that we saw here?
Firstly, there's like loads of different pictures, so I'm just going to hold random ones up just to see.
Should we turn them so that people can see? Do you want to talk about it?
When we went into the room and they were laid out in nothing or in any particular order, but we came in and we kind of tried to rearrange it into how we thought the story would go, like, you know, from the beginning kind of to the end. And we just discussed the different stages, you know, in terms of from Africa being taken to the coast and sold on the coast, being put on a ship and taken to an auction, like in England kind of thing, and then the whole issue of rebellion, and then the punishments and the repercussions of rebellion. We're talking about the ironies in this particular picture, in terms of it's a cross, and it kind of symbolises the whole religion of Christianity, because in this particular context, this one man was punished for all the actions of everybody rebelled, yet he was the one who kind of bore the punishment. And we kind of we also have the other pictures of the I can't pronounce the thing. These the bonbonnier.
The sweet, the round Easter egg thing.
We put that alongside. We put basically the different pictures alongside these ones here.
Should we put them together?
Yeah. And we have also got the sweets, and we kind of put them together with the different photos to kind of show how they link. We kind of got irony out of this one here, because it's like the bit, you know, the physical irony in terms of the bitterness of being punished, and also the sweetness of the sugar kind of thing. And there was also contrast in terms of the whole shape of that. It's about Easter, like Easter is supposed to symbolise new life, yet someone's being punished kind of thing. We also had the guard ball. I don't know where the picture is. But we put the guard ball with the photo of starting. I think it was your photo.
Is it the calabash?
Oh, it's the other one there, yeah. Yeah, I can't find the guard ball here. The guard ball was here before.
There was, I think, a picture of like a...
The guard is there,
yeah. So what they did was that they felt that this kind of pre-told the story beforehand, so that this was about, if you like, the fact that the heritage... Yeah. Do you want to say?
No. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, no. You finish,
well, we was kind of saying the heritage, that's where it all started, and that's the heritage. And it was physically left behind in terms of when they were moved to this new place, kind of Europeans wanted to wipe out the whole heritage thing and the whole skill thing, and they were workers now. All they did was pick sugar, and they were all like distant memories kind of thing. So we tried to link the different icons and pictures to the different parts of the narrative story.